Lancashire were getting the better of Durham in their latest LV County Championship match at the Emirates Durham International Cricket Ground until a 21-year-old number 10, Paul Coughlin, made an unbeaten 71 on his championship debut, sharing in an unbroken stand for the ninth wicket of 126, just one short of a club record. After a 15-minute delay and under overcast skies, Glenn Chappell won the toss and inserted the hosts, who then made a very solid start in an important match between two teams too close to the relegation places. Indeed, the champions Durham started this match in the bottom two, a couple of points behind their opponents, although the home side do have a game in hand. Mark Stoneman and Keaton Jennings began very brightly with a whole host of early boundaries, as 55 runs were hit off the opening 10.5 overs, Kyle Hogg beginning what turned out to be a very good day for him, rather expensively. Chappell may have started to wonder about the wisdom of his decision at a ground where suddenly, after a couple of seasons of bowler domination, batsmen are starting to really enjoy themselves. It was Hogg who got the much-needed breakthrough. Jennings very unhappy with the shot he played, which saw him edge to Usman Khawaja, who was making his Lancashire debut. Jennings departed on 23, but Stoneman was still left to play his shots. In his half-century, he found the boundary on 8 occasions, his 50 coming off only 59 balls as he looked to give his side just the start they wanted. Bowling just a little short appeared to be the thing not to do to the left-handed opener. Before he made it to his 50, he lost Scott Borthwick at the other end as he nicked off to Tom Smith after scoring 6. And when Stoneman on 51 went on the drive to be bowled by Smith, Durham had slipped to 86 for 3, the runs also drying up a bit after that racing start. Smith, who now had 27 championship wickets this summer, was starting to cause all sorts of problems. Twice in quick succession, he was convinced that he trapped Michael Richardson in front. Both must have been very close, but the batsman got the benefit of the doubt. It was third time lucky for Lancashire though, as Hogg returned to see the finger raised, as Richardson was out for 16 at 113 for 4 in the 35th over. 4 overs later, Hogg struck for a third time by having Paul Collingwood caught in the slips by Khawaja. The Durham skipper left with just a single to his name. National selector James Whittaker was at the ground to see the progress of Ben Stokes, but he was bowled on 21 to a ball from Kabir Ali, which didn't get up as much as the all-rounder had anticipated. From 81 for 1, Durham now found themselves on 123 for 6, and it was the visitors who were now in the box seat. But Durham do bat a long way down, with Gordon Mutchell in at 7 and Phil Mustard at 8. They started the much-needed fight back as they both got their heads down for the long haul on a pitch which seemed to be back to what we used to expect at this ground. Mutchell and Mustard stuck it out for 22 overs together, in which they began to drag their side back into this contest with a partnership of 57. But then, with 35 runs to his name, Mutchell turned a ball from Hogg to Simon Carrigan at 180 for 7, before John Hastings gave Hogg the 8th fifer of his career and his first of this campaign with an edge to Joss Butler, the extra bounce foxing the batsman. So in came Coughlin for his first innings in the Championship and just the 5th of his first-class career. He didn't play for the county at all last year, although he did once make an unbeaten 29 against Australia A couple of years ago. He also made scores of 0 and 14 not out in this season's opener against the MCC in Abu Dhabi. He rode his luck at times early on here as batting just started to look a little easier than it had done earlier on in the day. Mustard played well within himself as he tried to make the most out of the last couple of partnerships. He did make it to a 50, using up 126 balls to get there. Not quite the dashing innings that we've come to expect from the wicketkeeper. He chose just the right moment to get his head down for his team. Coughlin was only included in this side because of injuries to the likes of Graham Onions, Jamie Harrison and Mark Wood, but he surprised one and all with the way he dealt with this Lancashire attack, one which would have been expected to have its feet up by now. It was a day for the debutant to remember fondly, as he scored a maiden half-century off 90 balls and then moved on. As the partnership moved into 3 figures, some began to look at the best ever for the country's newest first-class county for the 9th wicket, That stands at 127 and was made 18 years ago by David Liggett-Wood and Simon Brown against Surrey in Stockton. This day ended with these two having added 126 in just 2 hours together. It meant that Durham ended the day much better placed than they might have been on 310 for 8, in which Hogg took 5 for 62. But all eyes will be on Coughlin on day 2. He'll go again on 71 with Mustard on a 151 ball 64. We'll have to see if the 9th wicket county record is broken and whether a debutant at number 10 can score 100. Now that would be something.